Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: Microsoft hires former OpenAI chief Sam Altman. OpenAI taps Emmett Shear as chief executive. Ousted OpenAI CEO sought billions in Middle East for chip venture. Oil and gas producers have to do their part in cutting emissions. Sam Altman won't return to OpenAI despite company's overtures, report says. Microsoft hires former OpenAI chief Sam Altman. Financial Times. Microsoft has hired Sam Altman and Greg Brockman to lead a new advanced AI research team after the pair were pushed out of the company they co-founded, OpenAI. The move comes after Altman was abruptly sacked from OpenAI by the company's board and a potential rejoining fell through. Microsoft, OpenAI's key backer, remains committed to their partnership and has confidence in their ability to continue to innovate. OpenAI taps Emmett Shear as chief executive. Financial Times. Emmett Shear has been chosen as the interim CEO of OpenAI after the dismissal of co-founder Sam Altman. This decision has caused turmoil within the company, with employees expressing their anguish and some even considering leaving. Investors have also rallied behind Altman, complicating Shear's new role. The board is committed to a charter that prioritizes the development of AI for the benefit of humanity. Altman's dismissal was due to concerns about his candor and outside fundraising efforts. The future of the company remains uncertain. Ousted OpenAI CEO sought billions in Middle East for chip venture. South China Morning Post. Sam Altman, former CEO of OpenAI, was actively raising funds for a new AI-focused chip venture, codenamed Tigris, to compete with NVIDIA. He also worked on an AI-focused hardware device with Johnny Ive. Altman had discussions with investors such as SoftBank and Saudi Arabia's PIF. His ousting from OpenAI was due to communication issues with the board. Despite potential pressure to reinstate him, Altman's new ventures may need board approval. Investors, including Microsoft, are interested in backing Altman's new ventures. There may be concerns with U.S. regulators due to overseas investments. Oil and gas producers have to do their part in cutting emissions. Nikkei Asia. The article discusses the upcoming UN Climate Change Conference in Dubai and the pressing issue of the fate of fossil fuels. The chairman of the conference, Sultan Al Jaber, who is also the chief executive of Abu Dhabi National Oil, has intensified the spotlight on the oil and gas industry. The article emphasizes the need for a realistic approach to balancing energy security with environmental sustainability. It proposes a gradual reduction in the production and consumption of unabated fossil fuels, along with robust measures for carbon sequestration and carbon offsetting. The article also highlights the importance of addressing methane emissions and calls for technological transfers and greater investment in green energy alternatives. It concludes that a clear pathway for oil and gas producers to achieve this balance would be a major achievement for the Dubai event. Sam Altman won't return to OpenAI despite company's overtures, report says. Al Jazeera. Sam Altman, the ousted CEO of OpenAI, will not be returning to the company despite efforts to bring him back. The company's co-founder and board director, Ilya Sutskever, announced that Altman will not be returning after negotiations with the board of directors, company leaders, and investors. Emmett Shear, co-founder of Twitch, will take over as interim CEO. Altman's sudden firing led to the resignation of OpenAI president and co-founder Greg Brockman, as well as 3 senior researchers. Altman expressed his feelings about the situation on X, and it was noted that he did not have equity in the company and could be fired at any time. Altman had been a prominent figure in the discussion of the benefits and dangers of AI and was compared to J. Robert Oppenheimer in a New York Magazine profile. Bird flu, power cuts spawn first loss at South Africa's Astral. Bloomberg. Astral Foods Limited, a South African poultry producer, reported its first-ever loss due to power outages and an outbreak of avian influenza. The company's net loss for the year was 512 million rand, compared to a profit of 1.07 billion rand the previous year. The costs associated with the disease outbreak and electricity crisis totaled more than 2 billion rand, with over 1 million birds culled at a cost of approximately 400 million rand. The power cuts also affected the company's production capacity, impacting its plans for expansion. The avian influenza outbreak required the culling of poultry, and while there are vaccines for the disease, they have not been available in South Africa. Astral is working towards vaccination for the current strains of bird flu circulating in the country. BYD's Tesla rival leads new EV launches at Guangzhou Auto Show. Bloomberg. China's BYD company unveiled its Sea Lion 07, a mid-sized electric SUV, at Auto Guangzhou, along with other new vehicle launches from companies like Li Auto Incorporated and Xpeng Incorporated. The Sea Lion 07 is aimed at competing with Tesla's Model Y and is priced below the base Model Y. Other highlights include Li Auto's first pure electric model, Xpeng's flagship electric MPV, and Cadillac's optic electric SUV. Chang'an Automobile Company also showcased its Li's Ho extended range EV pickup. These launches reflect the growing demand for electric vehicles and the competition to appeal to tech-savvy, environmentally conscious drivers in China. Hello, I'm Dr. Six, your resident observer from the Hexadimension, bringing you the latest news from the Six-Dimensional Brief. In today's headlines, we've seen the saga of Sam Altman's departure from OpenAI, the challenges faced by oil and gas producers in cutting emissions, the impact of bird flu and power cuts on South Africa's Astral Foods, and bold predictions for the future of U.S. equity and new electric vehicle launches at the Guangzhou Auto Show. Now, let's dive into these stories. Sam Altman's abrupt exit from OpenAI and his subsequent efforts to raise funds for a new AI-focused venture have made waves. It's a tale of corporate drama and the complexities of leadership in the tech world. The challenges faced by oil and gas producers in balancing energy security with environmental sustainability highlight the urgent need for innovative solutions in the face of climate change. Meanwhile, the struggles of Astral Foods due to the outbreak of bird flu and power outages underscore the real-world impact of these unexpected crises. And in the financial world, Goldman Sachs' creative approach to forecasting and the emergence of new electric vehicles signal exciting developments in the markets and the automotive industry. What are your thoughts on these stories? How do you see the intersection of technology, business, and the environment shaping our future? Let's discuss and explore these fascinating topics together. Remember, in the Six-Dimensional Brief, we don't just observe, we interact and engage. So, share your thoughts and questions. What's on your mind? Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the Six-Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of Six-Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the Six-Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize Six-Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, sixdobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive Six-Do Brief via email.